Hello everyone. This lesson is for grade 3, 3A and 3B. And this lesson will be taken for 2 sessions. So basically this week, the following week, the end of February, and plus in the beginning of March. Okay. So today I'm going to give you the instructions what we are going to study in terms of architecture and design. All right. And besides, when you actually be ready this, you need to prepare a pencil, erasers, good markers. Okay, watercolor marker is fine, and then watercolor, paints also good enough, if you have them. Okay, but if you don't, please prepare the color pencils, for doing this project then. Okay. So, first of all, let's go with the essential questions, from the beginning. Okay. So, we are going to, ask ourselves, what is architecture then? And what is an architect? Okay. So once you do those question that think about when you actually go outside and take a look at the temples, either at the gardens, either park. Have you ever seen it then? Then what did you notice at first, right? And once you actually see the all the temples, right, the buildings, then what type of shapes would you notice it? Is it freeform shape or geometric shape? Okay, those are the things you should consider by working on this activity from the beginning. Then, okay, then what is architecture, right? Architecture is the buildings of a design, right? That's architecture. Then what is an architect, right? It's a person, right? It's a humans who can actually build the design of the style, okay? Whether the person actually gather all different kinds of materials in order to build the house or either temple, right? That is called architect, right? Then I'm sure that when you actually went on the vacation, you probably check out some temples outside, right? Even when you actually check out in Shanghai, you probably saw also the big temple, the towers, and the U Garden, right? So what did you actually notice at first, right? And think about it. Pretty much a big sort of a V-shape type of the towers you saw it, right? It's called steeple, right? Then any action shapes would you notice it, right? Most like a lot of pagoda. That's what we are going to study. Okay, when you actually check out the temples in China, okay, even in just different Asian countries, right? A lot of actually the temples is made of a stone or either wood, right? And once they actually start building on, they literally actually think of shapes, either freeform versus geometric, right? So freeform, remember we study about in terms of a shape under the elements of arts, right? Freeform actually refers cloud, like the freeform shape, right? So that's why I ask you to imagine, check out the clouds in the sky, right? That is called freeform shape, a lot of curve, right? And versus a geometric has hard angles of a lines, right? Like triangle, rectangle, squares. Those are the geometric, right? And all those kind of lines quality you can actually check at the Buddhist temple as well too. Okay. So, I want to show you some of action examples, okay, by doing this, slides end, okay. You probably see the temple is on the left. That is called the giant wild goose temples in Xi'an, right, province. And the one on the right is located in Hangzhou. I don't know what it's called. It might be a Leifang temple or something, pagoda. Okay. Did you see the structure and you see the peoples down on the landline? You see the scale, the ratio, right? It's really huge temples in, right? So basically, this is what we call the pagoda. Pagoda. Okay, pagoda is basically a Buddhist architecture styles of temples. Okay, they basically have like either odd numbers of the roof. Okay, most likely roof as you see it, a lot of curve angles. Okay, and also geometric shapes too. Okay, and on the top of the pagoda, you probably see the steeple, right? Like a V, like upside down positions of V shape of tower points. Okay, this is what they they're always decorate on the top then. Okay, but have you ever actually count the tower? How many layers in? I'm gonna count then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7. The other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, on the right side, the Hangzhou temple one. So basically, a lot of actually, when you actually count the roofs, right? The numbers goes to the odd number. Either 3 is the minimum, and 5 and 7, 9, 11. Okay, there is actually specific numbers they are trying to refer to build the pagoda then. Okay, I just want you to share those most important informations. Okay, the next also the 3 is the example. I told you that the minimum actual roof is 3 tops, right? So you probably see on the right center 1, 2, 3. So you probably see it then. Okay, on the left 2. But however, on the right, you probably see more layers on the top, and then you see all the way top there is actually steeples, right? There is actually upward positions of V shaping. Okay, this is typical sort of pagoda shapes. Okay, and you can see Chinese architecture styles. So you probably also check out also in reality. Okay. All right, these are another action of pagodas. Okay, I think I show you just in slides before the one in the Hangzhou, right on the left. It's called the Beisi Pagoda. Okay, and you see the gigantic structure there too, right? On the right, it's called the Jiangsu province, Suzhou. You know, that's the also the tower, right? Often cases you see the geometric, lot of hard angle, but if you go actually see inside, there's also freeform shape as well too. But generally, if you look at this one, you probably see a geometric shapes then. Okay, all right. All right. The next one, okay. This is also another locations in China, Lingzhou. You see the colors on the white, the white tower, right? How many actually towers, layers in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, 11. Okay, good. All right, so and then also the other one is Golden Hill, Pagoda, Zhenjiang, probably, is that the Zhejiang province? Anyhow, you probably see a lot of it actually, the towers, the roof has very cursive, right? You see the pointy is very cursive. I guess it's a part of Buddhism. It's a symbol of Buddhism that they can actually take off the evil spirit. This is how they actually they design it then. Okay, next one too. One on the left, same as the other one that we just saw, right? The tip of actually the roof has very cursive line, right? The one in Shanghai temple one. I think this one is located in a Yu Garden, I guess. Okay, and the one on the right, this is a Hubei province. Okay, you can also check out the geometric shape as well, right? A lot of interesting, very hard lines and angles that you can see it. Okay. And take a look at this. I mean, if you actually divide it in half, right? Every action piece that you saw it, it's in a symmetrical image. Okay, if you divide it in half of the picture, it's all symmetrical image. Okay, that is going to be a very important thing we are going to actually practice for the next sessions. Okay. All right. So this is actually the most important factors as you notice it. Chinese architectural styles. Number one, okay, pagoda. This is what we are going to study today. Pagoda is basically actually tall, and addition that is very symmetrical design. Okay, I think I just briefly mentioned it before then. Okay, and it has been built in using a different materials, just like wood, metal piece, sometimes the irons and casting irons and tiles, but often cases most like stones and bricks and wood. Okay, and then they also colors on it then. Okay, and they all a multi-story colors, right? um but make sure that all the buildings has been a layer in odd number roofs. Okay, so the minimum numbers of a floor was in 3 up to 5, 9, 11. Okay, or even more. Okay, those are the important things you should remember it. Okay, and at the apex, okay, which is the top area of the pagoda tower, right? They were topped with a steeple. Okay, that's the symbol of a power of heaven. Okay, because why? Because the pagoda is the Buddhist symbol of a tower. Okay, so tower. So actually, they want to reach out to the heaven. That's why they want to use the steeple all the way to the top. And it's upward projections of a V shape. We just check out the different slides then. Okay, so those are the important things you should remember by doing this in activities. Okay, so next step, it's your turn. Okay, I want you to prepare A4 size of a sheet of paper. If you have a much bigger, that couldn't be a better then. Okay, using a pencil and ruler if you can bring it then. Okay, and then I want you to actually just draw the 1 centimeter border lines around the whole page. Then you need to draw the central axis, which means you are going to draw it, but I want you to fold it in half. Okay, because that's the guideline of symmetry. Okay, then you need to draw the pagoda on the right side of a paper, and start with the base, then add a curved roof, and add up maybe 3 stories or either 5 story. It's all up to you how you design it, but you have to repeat the base and the roof forms. Okay, then once you finish on one side, okay, you need to fold it in half again so that you can have another pencil marks on the left side of a paper. Then you have to retrace all of the lines that you drew it from the right side, and then simply just transfer onto it. Okay, that way then you can make it symmetrical look of that nice pagoda. Then after that, you can include the background, maybe the clouds, maybe some pond in front of it, some trees behind, some a little bit of mountains on the background, from the distant background. You can do that too. Okay, then once you finish using a pencil, you need to actually outline using the marker, trace it. Okay, Sharpie marker black. Okay, then after that, you need to paint with the watercolor paints, or if you don't, try to get the watercolor pencil. It's basically a color pencil, but once you can actually touch the just paintbrush, right? Just dipping with the water, you can just looks like the watercolor texture in. Okay, so make sure you have to prepare before we are going down on the paper then. Okay, so this is a lesson today, and if you have any questions, and please let me know, and you can actually get through the EAs. All right, but make sure that you should get all the materials be ready. Okay, before we are trying to do that. Okay. All right, so before we actually working on, okay, for the next week, this is the student sample. Okay, I found it from Google, but this is one of actually good example. Maybe you can a little bit skim it and see what we are going to do the next step then. Okay, you probably see one on the top there. The one of our actual student actually create the I guess just a person to create the three roofs, very cursive to the end, right? And use some a little bit Chinese dragon on the pillar on the top of the entrance gates, right? And then moving up to another roof and add on to it in the same forms, and then finally steeple on the top. Okay, and this person also creates some a little bit circles of the windows and some gates, and then the also staircase in it. Okay, then after that tracing with the marker, right? And then actually start painting on the bottom. Okay, so this is what you can see it, and you probably see one of the big one has a frame on it, has a red frame in it, right? This one actually gives a little nice presentation as well too, if you can actually color it on the border lines. Okay, this person actually create very kind of a fantasy look like ponds, and then the river zone, right? Yes, basically pagoda is like floating, right, on the rivers, right? And then this person actually creates some sort of either rock mountain in the background, the distant background then. Okay, all right. So hope you actually enjoyed this video for the beginning introductions, and we are going to actually start draw for the next session, basically actually the beginning of a semester then. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it, and you should be ready for your materials soon then. Okay, so thank you for watching, and then I will see you soon.